Hello guys and welcome back to part 2 of MCU What If. If you have seen the first video, you know about the first part of it, and I think you have to see that video if you're going to see that. So I would recommend you to watch the video. Next, Captain Carter. First film is Captain Carter, Woman Out of Time. The movie starts out with Bucky Barnes telling Captain Carter and her SHIELD squad that they're going to do a drop-in. We then see them all stand in the helicopter as we then see them jump out. They land as two directly go off to find the information, as we then see other two leave to find that. As Captain Carter then gets in a combat with Patrick the Leaper. He's able to take them out as two of the SHIELD agents come back and tell her that they found something on the plans of the ship called the Superboy plans. As we then see, well, the Superboy plans. His name is literally Josiah Rogers. Because he is not Steve Rogers' grandson, he is his cousin's grandson. They're semi-related. Where two gang members goes up to him and start talking to him about, it was some money. And yes, it's inspired by Josiah Bradley, that I think. So Josiah Rogers is his name. As one of them pull out a gun as the other one pulls out a knife. He has one of them on the floor with the knife in seconds. The other one too, as he's still holding his knife. He sees that the other guys try to shoot him because he has a super soldier serum. It's really weird how he has it. It's that he was forcefully injected as a child, as like a baby. A crazy scientist got him and then injected him. As he throws the knife straight through his hand. As he goes to meet, when Steve Rogers meet him up, he calls him Grandpa. Because it's like he never knew his own grandpa. He died in the war. It's always very often said. He got a child, died in the war. And then they had and then he married a black woman. Steve Rogers' niece. Nephew. As Steve tells him, you want to come? As they go into a black SUV. I thought Quinjet fly overboard them, shoot down a cable, and pick him up. Where he meets Bucky Barnes for the first time. Where he's also introduced to Captain Carter. Well, the first super soldier. The one's blood he was forcefully injected with. Because they found her blood on like a Hydra soldier's arm. They didn't know what it was. So they injected it in their baby. See, then they gave him super soldier powers. But then they realized they didn't have anything more of that because they injected the only. And then he was able to be saved from the hospital. We see them go off and see Captain Carter and Bucky go off as he tells him, you want to be a hero, kid? You can fix that. As we then see Captain Carter and parts of his SHIELD team drop into a new pot. Where they go through a building as they in the end find Sola. One of the SHIELD teams says that he can go in first. He goes in first, tries to fight him, gets shocked back. And they realize how strong he is. See Captain Carter go up and become semi-matched with him. Where she tells them to leave, that she will handle it. She does, but right before we see Iron Patriot go in with that shield. You just want to say something. In the Invaders series, that is this universe version of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., Bucky is called Nomad throughout most of it and uses that exact shield. It's recolored. It's completely black. It's black with those white icons, with the 3 white stars, not the lines or anything. As we then see, she stands up, and as Crossbone appears and takes away, Patriot, as he calls himself, because he wants to be like his grandpa, Iron Patriot. As he starts fighting as Bucky. She goes on. As we then see Iron Patriot show up. As we then see Crossbone keep on fighting Josiah. As we see a missile gets launched into the machine and explode him. It's still using the same energy. They're the same energy that they shot Hulk with. Most weapons are using that. As we see the Captain Carter help Patriot take out Crossbone. As we then see as they calling themselves the Star Team. And they joke. And then Captain Carter say, well, I'm not wearing a star. 2 of us are wearing stars. Priority wins. If we then see them talk to Bucky Barnes and Nick Fury about Patriot maybe joining the Avengers. As one of the end credit scenes is that we see Tony Stark tell the Solar Bot, the real body, saying, "You wouldn't want to be in that," as he fucking blows him up too. That's the end credit scene. Doctor Strange Dark Dimension. Movie starts that we see Doctor Strange and Shang-Chi take out the Beast, as Shang-Chi again uses his magic to beat up on people. And Shang-Chi is then forcefully, this is made by the Asian one, it get a ancient one, it's revealed later on the film. That's why his magic is not the same color it usually is, as it forces him, transforming him into the true Sorcerer Supreme. Because it's not Sorcerer Supreme, the true Doctor Strange, because he needs that power. As a portal opens, sending them to the Dark Dimension, where they meet this beast thing that attacks them. He locks him down as Shang-Chi does his. They then go through the Dark Dimension, as they then meet Dormammu. Dormammu hangs up Shang-Chi's body, and we then see Doctor Strange and Dormammu battle. See Doctor Strange be able to hit the part so that he can be weakened enough for him to be sealed. As we then see Doctor Strange and Shang-Chi leave it. They was a pretty big part of the movie where they were fighting these monsters in the Dark Dimension. It's for the Dark World. It's a counterpart for the Dark World. It's pretty bad. As we then see the Ancient One show up and sending them away as they now return, as she's unsealed. We then see Shang-Chi's master Mordo attack her and seal her, and then send her away. This is followed up by in the fourth Doctor Strange movie, because there is 4. War Machine Battle Hot. The movie starts out with War Machine meeting up Steve as he exits the suit, because Steve has promised to make him a new one, because his Iron Patriot suit is quite advanced compared to his. Because in this version, Tony is not close to being as smart as he is in the usual version. We then see his new armor that he puts on and goes off to test fly. Well, we see, obviously, Hammer, he's called just Hammer in this film, talking to his 2 agents. We don't, Mecha Arm and Phil, that's their names, as they are sent to capture Rhea Williams. A black SUV pulls up beside her, as one arm is telling her that she's coming with him. She runs off, as he gets in the car trying to follow her. As we then see her prototype armor fly on her as she flies away, as she gets blasted out of the sky, taken and forced to make suits for Hammer Tech. And she builds one for herself, for show off, as she flies away. And Hammer laughs. She doesn't understand that she just gave me their blueprints. So she meets up with War Machine. They fight, but then they're able to come to a resolution as they get attacked by Mark 1 of the Hammer droids. They take them out quite easily. And we see Hammer has now built 2 more, one called Camo, one Iron Camo, as he launches them at them, where they're able to take down the Camo one, because that's mostly built for defense. This is technically used so he could sell them. He doesn't, because it's revealed that Tony kills him. We see then another missile gets launched as the final boss, now having the arm guy inside of it, as he almost beats her, as he then sends out a cable, drags him to the ground, as they then blow his ass up, because that's what her rifle, if you look at his arms, you can see that they're like these blasters. That's what as his arm is destroyed, as he's then captured, because it's now revealed that the other person, Phil, is an undercover shield hitch. He's not Phil Coulson. As they then get asked by interview what her new name is, and she calls herself Ironheart. As the end credit scene is that we see now Superior Iron Man talking to an Ultron bot. Fantastic Four negative zone. The movie starts out with a ship flying for space, as we then see Reed Richards and Johnny Storm walking in the negative zone. As we then see Ben Grimm and Sue Storm up in the spaceship. And we then see all of them forced. They all blasted with negative energy. Where we see Human Torch Tunnel Fight. We see the Thing become a rock monster. We see Sue Storm disappear. As we then see Phil again talking to them as Peter Parker. He is already Spider-Man at this point. He is become Spider-Man. He is just getting his fast. He has just gotten his fast. There is going to be a Spider-Man movie in the next phase. That is going to be his origin story. but that plays out around the same time as the last movie. He see him have an interview with everybody each, where they all try to fucking attack him, and he studies the powers. With Reed Richards, he is able to talk sense into the brother. Through some, she disappears, and then she says, "The doors are locked, honey." Human Torch turned on fire, and Spidey just said, "Interesting, how hot can you go?" As the Thing just tries to fucking attack him. So then see them all organized and get sent into the negative zone. We see Johnny fly off, where he sees something he calls a big beast and walkers. As he then returns to the team as a flock of big beasts. We see Human Torch and the Thing take care of them. We see one light up, and then we see Bangor fucking flip one and kill it. As we see Sue Storm and Reed Richards have been captured by Annihilus. As we then see Human Torch and fight two walkers and those. He fucking grabs one of the alpha big beast, shucks it at a walker, so he just kills one of them, and then he goes over and starts slamming at his core. As we see Human Torch turn the other one on fire, they defeat them. As they then show up to fight Annihilus, then they turn on fire. I just want to say they are like a perfect back. We see all of them use their powers. That's very hard to amplify, especially Reed Richards. See them all return, and Spidey telling them they did a good job. In the end credit scene, we see Spider-Man and Reed Richards talking about forming some kind of team outside of the Fantastic Four, the Avengers that has already been formed, calling themselves the Illuminati, of the high intellectual people that can take care of everyone. You have to remember, if you want it, you can write in the comments who you think is gonna be members. We have at this point by the end of this, you will have seen all of the members. I'm just saying that. As we then see the other increases, we see Betty Ray Bill and an Asgardian army invade the negative zone, saying, "Another realm for Asgard to have conquered." Avengers: Age of Ultron. We start out with our main Avengers team that is not including Shang-Chi, because they're not always around. These are always around. They're S.H.I.E.L.D. agents. So they then get introduced to a new member, Goliath. And so then see a space pod crash into Earth. As Patriot and Captain Carter goes over it, as a Black Bolt is there. Black Bolt is not as annoying as he usually is to write. He can speak, because he wanted to be, because the actor who plays Black Bolt is like, I am not gonna not speak throughout the entire film, that you can CGI me. And then they just gave him lines and messed up his power, and said he has to touch that thing, and then his sonic screams are gonna come when he focuses. We see him talk to Professor X and Captain America. Him and Captain America actually agrees on a lot of things, so they become quick friends. As we then see the Avengers organize as Ultron bots and Ultron captains, as they're called, have been launched out. We see teams: Captain Carter, Patriot, and Hulk. We see one team that is Goliath, Black Bolt, and Doctor Strange. And we also see a team that is Iron Patriot, Shang-Chi, and War Machine, because they worked so well together in the first Avengers film. We then see Hulk and Iron them arrive. We see Hulk directly start fighting the Ultron captain, and we see them slowly clear out the Ultron rot, as they then go to help him take out this Ultron captain. As we then see the second team, they clear them out faster because they have strong members in the baseline, and then we then see them fucking seal there and explode, and then they seal him as we then saw Goliath break his body, and he got break by sonic screams. We then see our main last group where they instantly lock down the Ultron captain as they blow up the rest of the armies, as they then fucking nuke him with several nukes. Then see the team organizer. We then see Superior Iron Man have a broadcast where he said, "I want the alien, I want War Machine, I want my so-called superior, and I want Bucky Barnes." We then see them make up a plan where we see the team, except Bucky Barnes, come, because he didn't want to. He didn't want to risk his life, he felt. And he then launch Iron Giants. These are massive. As we then see Doctor Strange, Shang-Chi, Hulk, and I just want to say Hulk can change his size because of all the fucking blast he took in his last film. As we then see the rest of the Avengers didn't get sent out to stay because they can't do them. We see the main team lock them down as they just as Hulk destroys his fast, and Goliath too. And because Hulk's fists were covered in Shang-Chi's magic, he jokes to Goliath that he's like, I took down mine faster than you, and he answers with like, yeah, but you had support. Goliath is like 60. That's why I say that. As we then see our main team pull up, we see Black Bolt like do some damage to his like off-centered. As we then see him go back behind Iron Patriot as they nuke, blows up his legs, blows up most of the parts of his body, and then he's not floating, it's like electric body parts. Then blow him up. And the Black Bolt says, and he excuses for the macabre, and he says, I fought in war. I think that was why none of us were affected. They say, we all killed before. As we then see them all, and Nick Fury tell them they did a good job. And the end credit scene is actually a really funny scene where we see the Avengers eat dinner together. And it's really funny. At the other end credit scene, the Black Panther stand with some part of his high inner circle, telling them, we might have to move soon. Iron Patriot. Movie starts out that we see Black Bolt walk on a nice little evening walk with Steve Rogers. As we then see Steve being called away to go on a meeting where Bucky Barnes introduced them to US agent. Steve immediately leaves and talks sense into him. And he's like, we both fall next to super souls. They always take the glory. We can't have that. We both cared a lot about Peggy, but she did take a lot of the glory. As he then storms out, telling his team we're leaving. As we then see US agent, because he felt bad, he attacks. Nick Fury grabs his rifle. He goes into where Bucky is and shoots him. Then see some parts of Cap Shield team go to check on him, as they also get shot. We see Steve leave. They find him, and Mockingbird escorts him, as they both get shot by US agent. We then see the final agent run to look for them, also get shot. We then see him walk into Steve Rogers' office, and it's like, is here where the king is? Is here where the man I wasn't good enough to be with? Pulls up his rifle, as he then wraps out his fucking suit. As we then see him also, his cannon become one of those blasters, and they shoot blast against each other. As we then see US agent is gone, but in the end credit scene we see Zemo, the new Zemo, talk to him and say, you wanna get revenge on that gosh damn Steve Rogers? Come with me. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please write in the comments who you think the Illuminati members are gonna be. Plus, like and subscribe. It really helps me out. I really want to grow this into something. This is my hobby, and I would really enjoy if you could help me make this into something bigger, more people could enjoy.